Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. Behind me, 2013 Ford Flex. We're gonna be changing the rear brake pads and rotors. Let's do it. First thing you wanna do is jack the vehicle up, put it on jack stands, we'll pull our tire off. The Flex I'm working on does not have electronic rear parking brake. If yours does, then the process will be different. Our caliper bolts are a 13 millimeter. If this spins on you, you can hold it with your fingers or a pair of pliers. My fingers were strong enough for that one. And the bottom didn't spin. Pull our caliper off. Might need a screwdriver. Just get a screwdriver, pull out on it. Just kind of wiggle it. There we go. We'll set this aside the best we can. Pull out our brake pads. Wow, this inner one was metal to metal. I'll be interested to see what the back side of that rotor looks like. Get this outer one. Pull off our hardware. And while we have the bracket on, we'll take out our slide pins. They'll pop out of their boot, wipe them off, and we'll apply a new caliper grease. It's important that this grease is for calipers. It's a nice coating. Slide that back in. I like to twist it as it goes in. Do the same with the bottom. So get it off of that boot, pull it out. Now the bottom does have this little rubber sleeve, so if you get them mixed up, that's the one that goes on the bottom. We'll apply new grease, put it in. All right. Our bracket bolts are a 15 millimeter. So these are held on with Loctite, so we'll install a little bit of Loctite when we put it back together. We'll hold on to the bracket while we get our bottom one out. Now let's get our rotor off. Our rotor is held on with a T40 Torx. The best way to get it off is with an impact driver. We'll put that in, hit on it. It's coming out. There we go. We'll put a little bit of anti-seize on it when we reinstall it. Then we'll take our hammer, hit on the rim. That vibration will knock it loose. Oh, there it goes. Thing just popped right off. Now let's clean off our hub surface. For that, I have a drill with a wire wheel. That looks pretty good. If you live in a rusty place, we can apply a little bit of anti-seize or a corrosion inhibitor to our hub where the rotor is going to make contact. Let's prep our rotor. Our rotor has a protective coating on it for storage. We just want to spray that off with a little bit of brake clean. Spray it down, wipe it off with a clean rag. Do the same thing to the other side. Wipe it down. All right, we're ready to install. We're gonna put our rotor on. We want this hole to line up with our bolt. I'm gonna put one of these on just to kind of hold it. We'll take a little bit of anti-seize on our bolt threads. Put that in. Hand tighten it. There we go. Just good and snug. Pull this off. On our bracket, we can take that same cleaning wheel and clean out our channels where our hardware goes. And then we'll install our hardware. It only goes on one way. It's shaped to fit. We'll just put this on until it bottoms out. There we go. And if you need, you can take a flat screwdriver, just push in on it and make sure it's 100% seated in there. You'll notice there's these little wings on the side. We want those facing out. There we go. Just push it in. Nice. Do the same thing to the other side. Push it in. All right, we're ready to install. It looks like I'm out of blue Loctite, so I'm using red Loctite. This will work for me, but it's recommended to use blue Loctite. Just put this on. The difference between blue and red Loctite is its holding strength. Red is a little tougher, so the next time we do brakes, it'll just take a little more effort to take them off, but no big deal. Put our bracket on, get our bolt started. Do the other bolt. Doesn't take a whole lot, just enough to coat one side of the threads. As it goes in, it'll spread around. Snug these down. The information I have says these are 76 foot-pounds. Now we can install our brake pads. The outside will be the easiest one to put on, so I like doing that first. Just push it in. We'll do the inside. Mine don't have a wear indicator. If yours do, you want that on the inside bottom. There we go. Now the fun part, getting our caliper piston back in. Let me set you up. You'll notice on our caliper piston, it has two slots. That takes a special adapter with 2 studs on it, goes right in those slots, and then the caliper piston tool turns the piston as it pushes it in at the same time. Let me finish setting that up. So this is the tool, goes in like that. It's just cumbersome is all, that's why it's challenging. Yeah, let me put this on here first. Goes in those 2 holes, and this goes on like that. There we go. All right, tool is set. Now we just turn the handle. Just like that. And it's being reset in. And it takes a lot of muscle. Just keep rotating. I'm gonna use the box end of my wrench to give me just a little more leverage, because it does take quite a bit of force. Just keep turning it. It's going in. Getting close. All right, let's see if that's enough. We'll undo our tool. Now we want our little notches to be straight up and down with our window. So let's turn it just a little more. Oh, it's really starting to rain. Not sure if you can hear it. Just rotate it a little more like that. You kind of see this notch and this little protrusion here. You kind of want them lined up. All right, let's see if that's enough. Not quite, a little more. There we go, that's bottomed out. Put this on, just like that. There, nice. And put these bolts in, snug them down. And these are torqued to 24 foot-pounds. If you're using a long torque wrench like I am, it won't make a big loud click, so just listen for it. That's it. All right, we'll put our tire on, lower it, go inside, pump up the brakes a few times, 3 to 5 times until it feels nice and firm. Then we'll hop over and do the same thing to the other side. Good job. All right, there you go. That's how you can place your rear brake pads and rotors on your flex. All in all, not too bad. The hardest part will just be getting that caliper piston back in. Takes a little bit of muscle. Once everything's back together, we want to take it on a good break-in test drive. And how we do that is bring the vehicle up to about 30, 35 miles an hour, then come to a nice solid stop. Now we don't want to lock the brakes, we do want to feel a good positive grab and then do it again. Bring it back up, 35, 40 miles an hour, do the same thing, come to a nice solid stop. We'll do that about 4 or 5 times and then our new brakes are ready to go. Thanks for watching. I'll have links in the description for all the parts and tools used. If you have any questions, comment, post down below. See you on the next one.